We're now looking at the Moberg Bow, which is obviously the Abano cycle, the 960-year golden age and dark age cycle, the ages of crisis, invention, and the exploitation of invention in economics. But in the case of climate, again, a time of heat, which is red, cold, which is blue. On our left, 1011 AD, skyscrapers and a boom in agriculture. Oh yeah, on the far left, 771 AD, my official end of the Dark Ages, 29 years before the crowning of Charlemagne. 1011 AD, the eruption of Gothic skyscrapers, and of course, global warming. And if it's only on the 65-degree band running across the land hemisphere, so what? It's the only place where anybody's actually living. The official beginning of the cold period, in my opinion, 1251, before Aquinas died, and just 49 or 50 years from Giotto's naturalistic painting, which I associate with this crisis period. I would associate abstract art with the warm period. I would associate matriarchal religion with the warm period, patriarchal and Protestantism with the cold period. Images with the warm period, iconoclasm, the smashing of images and idols, Akhenaten, Hezekiah, Muhammad and Luther. So cold and iconoclasm are 960 years apart. 1731 is the official year because it's 240 short of 1971. And it's 240 out from 1491. The year in which 80% of the inhabitants of the Americas began to die of disease, because disease also goes in these cycles. Look at Zhang's study of mosquito disease in Chinese history. I assure you it also oscillates in an exact 960-year cycle. 1731, we would expect a sudden eruption of cold and indeed of heat, and indeed we do. Within about 5 years, there's a skyscraper of heat. A huge abundance, hitting a peak around, in theory, 1971. On the left stands one peak of Mount Sol, and on the right, round about 1990 to 1998, lies the second of the twin peaks of Mount Sol. The mountain on the right being the same height as the mountain 8,000 years ago of solar irradiance. The one on the left not being anything as hot, and yet able to create 1983 temperatures. As you can see, we go into the cold again in 2211, and the great reason for moving from our present energy dependence on fossils to the sun, that is to Apollo and to Pluto, to the sun and to geothermal, is to protect us against the cold that is to come and the disappearance of fossil fuels. There are 4 reasons to change our energy system. The first is to eliminate pollution. The second, eliminate waste. It's a very good thing. The Japanese economy has been cut in half. They don't need a car every 6 years, one every 18 months, one every 6 years will do. And for the rest of us. Number 3, political security. The democracies should be free of energy blackmail. And 4, to protect us against the global freeze that is to come, not the heat. Oh, beneath the Moberg Bow, which by the way appeared in the 2000 AD version of the IPCC report, comes the man hockey stick. What do you get if you chop a bow in 2? You get a hockey stick. A deformity, a dismemberment, a reduction. Michael Mann, Mr. Ali, and Al Bohr are what's called reductionists, mechanists, the creators of subscientific travesty.